Hi, welcome to iReports here on CNN.com. I'm Kirsten Kloss. Thanks very much for watching. On today's show, we're going to be looking at entrepreneur success stories and talking about the various reasons why entrepreneurs succeed. And I have a very successful entrepreneur joining us today, Dimitri Tuksher. Now, Dimitri is with LGFG Fashion House. After finishing UBC and paying for school by selling encyclopedias door to door, Dimitri started his company, LGFG Fashion House, which since has grown into a multi-million-dollar tailoring service with services in every city in Canada and in several European markets as well. Well, first of all, Dimitri, great having you on the show. It's wonderful to have you as a guest today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So a pretty successful business you have. I mean, if you're in all these cities and you're expanding internationally, maybe you can explain to our audience, first of all, what makes LGFG Fashion House so successful?
Well, I think that a business is really a reflection of the people in the business. You don't grow a business, you grow people, and then the people, of course, build the companies and grow the business. So there are three variables that I think we've really focused on in order to make sure that our company is the most successful one in our field. And the first and most important one is our culture. Whom we hire into our company, we're very selective over the kind of people we bring on board. We've had some very qualified candidates who have applied with us who have not been hired. We have not hired them because we didn't feel that they would fit culturally. And so we learned to hire for character rather than hiring for skill or experience, because those are things we can teach on the job. We can't teach character. So we look for people that would fit with us culturally. I'd like to think that I wouldn't hire somebody that I wouldn't want to spend time with outside of work. The big F word, friend, is a pretty important word in our company. I would call everybody I work with, not just somebody that I work with or as a business associate or partner. They're my friends. They're people that I spend time with outside of work and talk about things that aren't work related. It makes for a fun environment. It makes for people wanting to do what they do and feeling like they have a purpose in doing what they do because they're around like-minded people. And so culture really is the number one thing, because the company is nothing more than a gathering of people going after a common goal. And the other two factors that I'd like to consider as the most important, first of all, is professional growth. People need to be in an environment where they can grow, where people can move up the chain, assume leadership positions, and become better leaders, and of course be compensated for it accordingly, and reach their professional goals and use the company they're in our case, LGFG Fashion House, as their vehicle to achieve their goals. And we're here to provide the leadership, the mentorship, and the road to achieve those goals. So professional growth follows culture for us as an important success factor. And then thirdly, personal growth. I don't believe that someone can become a better professional without becoming also a better person. And likewise, I don't think you can become a better person without becoming a better professional. So we teach not only on the technical aptitudes of our tailoring business and the sales and also the tailoring side, we also teach on the key characteristics of success. Things like dedication, which is applying what you learn as soon as you learn it. Things like integrity, which is doing what you say you're going to do. Things like respecting yourself and also respecting others and each other's time. Things like loyalty, which is foundational and integral to building any relationship. Because if you're a person with more integrity, if you're a person with more loyalty, of course you're going to be a better person. But wouldn't that also make you a better professional? And our clients see through and through. The people at our company love what we do. We love each other. We love spending time with each other. We're growing professionally, and we're in charge of our own vision and reaching our goals. But also we're growing personally and developing character and developing integrity and building loyalty and building trust. And to me, when you focus your business on the people in the business, then together we build a great company.
Well, that's good advice. But this couldn't have all just come easily to you. You must have. There must have been some struggles down the road. Maybe you might want to just shed some light on some of the difficulties you faced in building your business.
Well, I think that a business, whenever you're trying to achieve anything at all in life, you're going to face challenges. Otherwise, we'd all be successful, but that's not the case. And there are different levels that you reach that different challenges arise. For example, the challenges of going from a zero business to $1 million business are different challenges than going from 1 million to 2 or from 2 million to 4, et cetera, et cetera. The number one thing I think that I really had to learn, and this is from just about every business book. So if I didn't believe it, somebody else was already saying this, and applying it is what's made all the difference. Is that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Entrepreneur or business people, we're always looking for a slight edge, looking for what's a better product, how can we market it better, how can we put together a better value proposition for the client, how can we service our client better. Those are the things that we think about. But ultimately, that's not why a business becomes successful. Those are the things that keeps a business in business and helps a business grow. But really what helps a business become successful is the culture of the people. And when we started out, like any business, I think a common mistake that we were focusing on is how to out-strategy our competition. And the important thing is your competition doesn't really care that much about your strategy. If they're successful, they're focusing on how to make themselves better. So we really started focusing internally. How do we make our culture the culture that people wanted to stay at? And I can say proudly that every single person that stayed for 12 months with our company is still here today. We've never lost a single person that has made it through their first 12 months with us. And I'd like to say that that's a huge improvement over what we could have been facing if we didn't focus on culture, if we'd rather focused on hiring for technical aptitude and looking for the better strategy, which we did try to do. And it was like hitting our head against the brick wall collectively, because ultimately what helps a business succeed, as I said, are the people within that business. So now we focus on building the people rather than trying to have the flashiest widgets in our products.
Well, that's sound advice. Well, I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'm just got one more question for you, and that is, if you could offer entrepreneurs one piece of advice to help them along the way, what would that be?
Well, and that's a fantastic question. I think that entrepreneurs today are being sold something of a diet pill, something that doesn't exist, and that's an easy way to succeed. Books like The 4-Hour Work Week. Constantly being inundated with online marketing for, generate leads and not work for it, or build a business and don't cold call. All these shortcuts that are being sold. But here's the deal. There are no shortcuts to success. There's absolutely no short way to become more successful today than you were yesterday unless you really work hard. Focus on the grind. For me, coming from a background of selling and sales and really building my sales foundation and skill by selling encyclopedias door to door for 6 years, I learned the value of hard work and the value of determination and the value of persistence. And the very simple value is just not quitting, stepping outside your comfort zone and not quitting. And when I see people calling themselves entrepreneurs, I almost feel like the term is bastardized, because they're not really grinding. They're looking for somebody else to grind for them. And they very quickly learn that nobody ever works for you. People only work with you and you work for them, but nobody ever works for you. And so the biggest piece of advice I would offer is be the first in the trenches. Do the things that you don't want to do, that you would rather have somebody else do, but do them first. Be a leader, set the example, set the precedent that it's okay in your company to do the dirty work, to do the fighting and the trenches and all the stuff that you don't want to do, because when you do those things, you will understand your market better, you'll understand your client better, you'll learn the value of persistence and dedication, and your people will trust you more.
Great sound advice. Well, great having you on the show, Dimitri. Thanks very much for sharing your success story with others that are obviously looking for inspiration. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Dimitri Tuksher, and you can check out their website at lgfgfashionhouse.com if you want more information about their business or any other information related to, well, his success story. You're watching iReports here on CNN.com. I'm Kirsten Kloss. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned again real soon. Bye for now.